What if your garden could tell a story, not with lights or plastic decorations, but with the quiet, powerful language of nature? Imagine stepping outside and finding a woven dream catcher spinning gently in the wind, crafted from vines you gathered on an early morning walk. Picture driftwood dolphins leaping through flower beds, moss art blooming on fences, and lanterns glowing beneath the canopy of trees. All made not with tools of industry, but with the earth's own forgotten gifts. This is more than DIY, it's a reconnection. Welcome to a world where bark becomes walls, feathers become sculpture, and clay becomes a storyteller, where each object carries the fingerprint of time, and your hands become the link between intention and the wild. In this series, we're not just making garden decor. We're crafting emotion, memory, and beauty from materials that don't cost money, but ask for patience, presence, and imagination. You don't need expensive tools. You don't need power drills or design degrees. All you need is a walk in the woods, a bit of inspiration, and the willingness to create something that won't just sit still, but will age, shift, and evolve with the wind, rain, and sunlight. Are you ready to turn your garden into a sacred space, a living, breathing canvas of your own design? Then let's begin, because what grows from your hands today might just bloom in your heart forever. One, whimsical creatures of nature. In the heart of a serene garden, two enchanting animal figures stand gracefully on a bed of mulch, sculpted entirely from twisted and woven branches. These imaginative forms, with their spiraling tails and elongated ears, evoke mythical creatures, guardians of the grove, brought to life using only natural materials. Their expressive bodies, shaped from vines and flexible twigs, blend seamlessly with the surrounding foliage, becoming part of the landscape while still commanding attention. Towering above the creatures, a cascade of lavender wisteria hangs in full bloom, draping elegantly from a gnarled tree. Its blooms create a magical canopy that bathes the scene in a soft, purple glow, filtered through golden rays of sunlight peeking through the evening mist. The backdrop of lush green leaves and dappled light adds to the sense of wonder, making it appear as though these figures have emerged from a fairy tale forest. This scene serves as a perfect inspiration for DIY garden art using organic materials. With no reliance on artificial components, the sculptures demonstrate how twigs, vines, and time can be woven into expressive decor. Whether crafted as whimsical guardians or abstract forms, these natural installations harmonize art with the environment, encouraging creativity and sustainability. Creating such pieces invites a mindful connection to the earth, collecting materials from pruning, exploring forest paths for flexible branches, and slowly shaping each curve by hand. The end result is not just decor, but a living tribute to the beauty of nature's textures, colors, and forms. This approach to garden art transforms outdoor spaces into sanctuaries of creativity, grounded in the natural world and glowing with imagination. Two, serenity with stones and blooms. A peaceful oasis unfolds where smooth river stones and blooming lilies coexist in harmony. Along a winding pebble path, carefully placed stepping stones lead to a tranquil pond framed with rounded rocks. Tall grasses and manicured shrubs surround the edges, enclosing the space in natural beauty and privacy. Rising above the landscape are multiple stacked stone towers, balanced sculptures created entirely from uncut, weathered stones. These formations, resembling ancient cairns or Zen markers, infuse the garden with a meditative energy, encouraging stillness and presence. The pond is the centerpiece, a reflective pool adorned with vibrant pink water lilies stretching toward the light. Their broad green pads ripple gently across the surface, drawing dragonflies and adding a sense of life and movement to the stillness. The mirror-like water not only doubles the visual beauty, but enhances the sense of depth and tranquility. All elements in this sanctuary are crafted using only what nature provides: stones, gravel, water, and flora. There are no manufactured features or artificial decorations. Every detail, from the stacked rocks to the curved border of boulders around the pond, celebrates natural form and texture. This DIY approach to garden decor emphasizes sustainability, simplicity, and mindfulness. By selecting and assembling found stones of various sizes and balancing them with care, one can create personal monuments that endure the seasons. Building a stone path with river pebbles and larger stepping stones invites interaction with the space, guiding steps and slowing the pace. Incorporating natural materials not only minimizes environmental impact, but strengthens the spiritual and aesthetic connection to the outdoors. The result is more than decoration. It is a living expression of earth, balance, and quiet creativity, where every stone holds place and meaning. 3. Glowing garden with nature. As the golden sun sets beyond the horizon, a cozy corner of the garden comes alive with a gentle, natural glow. Hanging from the branches of a sturdy tree, oversized autumn leaves cradle warm lights, casting a soft amber hue across the marigold-filled flower beds. These glowing leaf lanterns, made from dried maple leaves and fitted with tiny LED bulbs, offer a creative and eco-friendly way to bring illumination and character to an outdoor space. Below, rustic log candle holders rest atop natural wooden stools and tree stumps, carved from birch and similar bark-covered branches. These hollowed-out votives hold flickering lights that shine through circular cutouts, mimicking miniature woodland windows. Their organic textures and earthy tones blend beautifully with the surrounding blooms, enhancing the atmosphere with both simplicity and charm. Marigolds, rich in yellows and oranges, complement the lighting and add layers of life and fragrance. These blossoms not only color the scene but reinforce the handmade, grounded nature of the setting. Every element, from the reclaimed wood to the dried botanical elements, is sustainably sourced, inviting makers to use what nature already provides. Creating garden art from natural materials is more than a craft. It's a celebration of the seasons and a chance to personalize an outdoor space. With just fallen leaves, discarded logs, and a few lights, anyone can transform a garden into a magical retreat. This project encourages a closer connection to one's environment, allowing nature's shapes and textures to guide the design. Whether used for evening gatherings or moments of solitary reflection, this handmade decor infuses gardens with warmth, creativity, and a touch of forest enchantment, all without leaving a trace on the earth. 4. Living frames on fence. A once simple garden fence transforms into a captivating gallery of green with an arrangement of living moss frames. Wooden geometric borders, ranging from rectangles and squares to hexagons, neatly encase vibrant patches of moss, creating living art that breathes life into the dark wood backdrop. Each frame presents a unique composition, featuring textured layers of lush green moss, small leafy plants, and natural twigs arranged in organic patterns. The vertical display not only adds visual intrigue, but introduces a refreshing concept: nature as canvas. These moss wall pieces, crafted from untreated wood and living botanical elements, are perfect for enhancing outdoor walls, patios, or shaded fences. Their modular design allows freedom of layout, inviting creativity in pattern and positioning. Below the display, a border of blooming blue hydrangeas softens the structure's base and grounds the living artwork in a bed of color. Meanwhile, climbing vines creep up both sides of the fence, framing the installation and uniting the space with its surroundings. The contrast between the rich black fence and the bright greens and blues amplifies the charm, making the setting feel curated yet wild. DIY garden decor like this requires only a few materials: wood offcuts, moss from nurseries or forest walks, and reclaimed bark or twigs. Mounted moss does not need soil and thrives in damp, shaded environments, making it low maintenance yet visually rich. This natural art wall demonstrates how outdoor decor can be sustainable, beautiful, and deeply connected to the rhythms of nature. It encourages gardeners to repurpose, play with shape and texture, and treat walls not as barriers but as open spaces for expression. The result is an ever-changing living exhibit that invites quiet wonder with every glance. Five, coastal vibe garden scene. A splash of coastal charm emerges from the garden, where driftwood, painted waves, and tropical accents form a whimsical seaside tableau. Centered in this creative display is a stylized ocean wave, painted in layers of blue and white, capturing the energy of the sea in sculptural form. Its fluid motion contrasts with the stillness of the smooth pebbles and larger rocks that frame the installation like a beach shoreline. Dancing above the wave, carved driftwood dolphins leap joyfully in midair. Each dolphin, fashioned from weathered wood with natural curves and knots, takes on a playful and expressive personality. Supported by hidden rods or secured to upright logs, they appear suspended in a lively aquatic ballet. Their rustic texture harmonizes beautifully with the surrounding natural stones and coral-like elements scattered across the ground. Tropical white plumeria flowers bloom nearby, adding softness and fragrance to the rocky scene. Their presence ties the coastal setting to a more exotic, island-inspired aesthetic, making the whole area feel like a miniature beach retreat nestled in the garden. Behind the wave, a stone water fountain trickles gently, its layered tiers catching and releasing water in rhythmic cascades. Surrounded by driftwood pillars and leafy green plants, this feature deepens the oceanic theme while enhancing the atmosphere with soothing sound. This DIY garden art setup demonstrates the power of natural and reclaimed materials: driftwood, pebbles, shells, and flowers to tell a story. By combining textures and forms found in nature with artistic arrangement, it's possible to create a vibrant, thematic scene that transforms a garden corner into an imaginative getaway. It's more than decor. It's an experience of the sea, right at home. Six, hanging harmony with nature. Under the wooden beams of a rustic pergola, a curtain of natural art dances gently in the breeze. Rows of dried seed pods, strung vertically with wire, sway above a vibrant bed of lilies and wildflowers. These botanical elements, mainly lotus pods and other round, perforated shells, are arranged in rhythmic patterns that create both movement and texture. The result is a kinetic garden sculpture, organic and earthy, with each pod spinning slightly in the wind like nature's wind chimes. Suspended alongside the strands are large spherical ornaments crafted from natural materials, one from smooth stone and another built entirely from seed pods, giving the appearance of intricate, lightweight spheres. Their presence adds dimension to the scene, anchoring the airbound artwork with balanced volume. Bright orange lilies bloom energetically beneath this installation, their fiery petals contrasting beautifully with the muted brown tones of the suspended pods. Wildflowers of purple, white, and yellow fill the surrounding landscape, completing a setting where man-made structure meets wild growth. A stone bust perched on a pedestal nearby adds a human touch, a thoughtful observer within the garden's rhythm. This DIY garden decor celebrates the use of foraged, biodegradable materials to elevate outdoor space. Collecting seed pods from nature walks or garden trimmings turns simple discards into sculptural forms. With just wire, hooks, and a supportive frame, these hanging elements can become focal points, transforming a garden corner into an artistic retreat. Such decor is not only sustainable but also therapeutic to create. It invites creativity, encourages appreciation for nature's textures, and brings subtle movement and shadow play into the garden. Each piece, born from the earth, returns to it in time, an art form as ephemeral as it is elegant. Seven, Mandala Path of Petals. Winding through a serene backyard garden is a soft sand pathway adorned with handcrafted mandala patterns, carefully etched into the surface using natural colored sand or fine gravel. Each floral mandala radiates from the center outward, forming intricate, symmetrical designs inspired by nature's own geometry. These earthy tones contrast gently with the creamy path base, creating visual rhythm that guides the eye and the feet. Framing this artistic walkway are rich brown mulch beds filled with healthy green shrubs and herbs. Raised planters of the landscape, adding structure and depth, while blooming flowers, especially delicate pink blossoms, shed their petals in a gentle rain. These petals scatter over the pathway like confetti, blending art and nature into a living canvas. The gentle fall of petals softens the edges of the design and adds a dynamic, ever-changing element to the scene. The entire setting evokes mindfulness and elegance, transforming a functional garden path into an experience of calm and beauty. No concrete, plastic, or manufactured pavers are needed. Instead, the path is formed using compacted earth, natural borders, and detailed sand art, materials readily found or sourced sustainably. This DIY decor project encourages creativity and meditation. Crafting mandalas from sand can be done using stencils, wooden tools, or even freehand, depending on your skill and comfort. As the seasons change and rains smooth out the patterns, new designs can be created, an ever-evolving ritual of artistic renewal. Incorporating such natural path art into a garden fosters deeper connection to the land. It's a space that honors impermanence, celebrates organic beauty, and reminds all who walk it to tread gently and with appreciation. A true fusion of function, form, and the fleeting grace of nature. Eight, Citrus Bloom Party Decor. cheerful burst of color and fragrance transforms a simple garden table into a celebration of summer using nothing but natural elements. Hanging overhead, vibrant strands of citrus fruits and marigold blossoms cascade from a bamboo frame, forming a glowing curtain of oranges, lemons, limes, and golden flowers. The garlands sway gently in the breeze, diffusing zesty aromas and casting playful shadows on the grass below. Beneath this lively canopy, a rustic wooden picnic table is adorned with fresh-cut peonies in clear glass vases. The lush pink blooms contrast beautifully with the bold orange and yellow tones of the overhead decor. Scattered along the tabletop are whole and halved citrus fruits, lemons, limes, and oranges, accentuating the theme while adding a touch of edible elegance to the display. This DIY garden art installation is crafted entirely from natural materials: fresh produce, string, and flowers, all easily sourced and biodegradable. The citrus fruits are simply pierced and threaded with twine, alternating with marigold heads or similar robust blooms. The bamboo frame provides a sturdy yet minimal structure, effortlessly blending into the garden's green backdrop. Perfect for garden parties, picnics, or casual gatherings. This decor creates an inviting atmosphere that is festive yet grounded in simplicity. It avoids plastics, synthetics, or excessive waste, focusing instead on vibrant organic elements that can return to the compost when the event concludes. Creating such decorations brings a joyful sense of purpose to gardening and crafting. It invites community, encourages sustainable celebration, and showcases the inherent beauty of natural materials. With scent, color, and creativity all in harmony, the scene is a radiant example of how thoughtful DIY art can elevate outdoor living. Nine, Seaside Kitchen Escape Vibe. A coastal breeze comes to life in this sun-drenched outdoor kitchen, where a stunning hand-painted beach mural transforms a plain wall into an ocean horizon. With soft sandy hues, curling waves, and real seashells embedded into the surface, the artwork invites a sense of calm and creativity. Every detail, from foamy surf lines to scattered shell patterns, celebrates the textures and palette of nature's shoreline. Above, cascading orange bougainvillea bursts through the pergola, offering a vibrant splash of color that naturally frames the entire space. Sunlight filters through the foliage, casting delicate shadows and enhancing the beachy, relaxed ambience. The organic interplay between the plants, light, and wall art elevates the environment into a tranquil retreat perfect for entertaining or unwinding. Crafted entirely with natural materials and mindful design, this DIY setup is both charming and sustainable. The mural is painted using eco-friendly pigments, while real seashells and coastal stones, collected from beaches or garden centers, are carefully arranged as textural embellishments. These tactile elements ground the mural in authenticity and bring dimension to the scene. The decor continues with functional natural touches. A ceramic pitcher filled with bright, hand-picked blooms sits atop a simple wooden tray, anchoring the dining space with understated charm. Bamboo, clay, and stainless steel elements throughout the kitchen balance aesthetics with durability. This coastal-inspired outdoor area is a testament to the beauty of handmade decor. It demonstrates how walls and corners can be reimagined using only the Earth's own offerings: plants, shells, pigments, and light. The result is a peaceful, personal paradise that blends indoor comfort with outdoor freedom, wrapped in the rhythm of the sea. 10. Feather Bloom Garden Totem. As the sun melts into the horizon, the garden comes alive with soft hues and gentle silhouettes. Standing tall among the morning glory vines is a delicate arrangement of colorful feathers, natural ornaments elevated into poetic sculpture. These feathers, collected from walks in the forest or found after seasonal molting, vary in size and tone, ranging from iridescent peacock eye feathers to soft blue, white, and earth-toned plumage. They are arranged in a vertical display like a totem, rising above the vibrant blue blooms that open at dusk. The morning glories twine around the base, adding movement and depth, while their petals mirror the pastel tones of the setting sky. Together, feathers and flowers compose a living altar, an homage to the balance between flora and fauna, earth and sky. The feather installation requires no synthetic support, just twine, twigs, or slim bamboo stakes to secure them gently in place among the foliage. The beauty lies in the simplicity. No adhesives, no paint, just the raw textures and colors of nature blending into the garden environment. As the wind stirs, the feathers sway softly, catching the last golden light and shimmering with quiet grace. This DIY decor project is both meditative and expressive. It encourages foraging, observation, and a reverence for the natural cycle. Each feather tells a story, each bloom marks a moment. Together, they form an ever-changing garden sculpture that evolves with the seasons, weather, and wildlife. Such natural compositions offer more than beauty. They spark imagination and deepen one's bond with the land. It's art made not to last forever, but to honor the ephemeral, woven directly from the gifts of the earth. 11. Tassel Charm Patio Decor. As evening settles over a cozy patio, the space glows with warm string lights and rustic natural charm. Suspended from the wooden pergola are handcrafted tassels made from dried corn husks, simple yet elegant decorations that sway softly with the breeze. Their neutral, straw-like texture pairs perfectly with the wooden structure and earthy garden tones, giving the entire setting a relaxed, homespun warmth. These tassels are easy to create using only natural materials: dried husks, jute string, and a bit of knotting technique, bunched and tied to resemble traditional tassels or stylized scarecrow figures. They bring playful movement and a touch of folk art to the space. Their uniform shape and spacing create visual rhythm, guiding the eye along the cozy overhead frame. Below, lush potted dahlias in rich red hues add vibrancy and balance to the neutral palette. Candle lanterns glow softly on side tables, casting flickers of light across terracotta pots and leafy arrangements of seasonal blooms. Wicker chairs and plush cushions invite moments of quiet relaxation or friendly conversation. This outdoor corner is a testament to how natural, repurposed materials can transform a space with charm and sustainability. No plastic, no synthetic fabrics, just dried plant matter, handmade detail, and the gentle glow of candlelight and bulbs. Perfect for garden gatherings, autumn evenings, or simply enjoying a cup of tea under the stars. This DIY decor project brings warmth and authenticity. It encourages slowing down, crafting by hand, and honoring the beauty found in simplicity. A porch or patio becomes not just a structure, but a story, woven from the textures of harvest, tradition, and the soft breath of evening air. 12. Bark and timber shed facade. Nestled between blooming camellia bushes, A rustic shed becomes a striking piece of garden art through the creative use of tree bark and wood slices. Rather than opting for paint or siding, the entire surface is clad with a mosaic of raw bark textures and cross-section wood discs of various sizes. The bark panels, rich with rugged texture and natural variation, form an earthy tapestry that immediately draws the eye and blends harmoniously with the surrounding greenery. Each wood slice, cut from fallen or salvaged logs, showcases its unique ring patterns, telling stories of seasons past while adding depth and contrast to the rough bark backdrop. Their placement is organic yet intentional, transforming the shed from a utilitarian structure into a natural masterpiece. The aged grain of the wood and the warm tones of bark work together to evoke warmth and permanence, like a cabin tucked deep in the forest. This DIY decor method uses only natural, biodegradable materials sourced locally or repurposed from pruning and storm debris. The pieces are attached with eco-friendly wood adhesives or nails and can be preserved naturally with linseed oil or left to weather gracefully over time. Surrounding the shed, red camellias bloom against the wood, adding a vibrant touch of color that highlights the contrast between the living plants and the preserved wood elements. The path leading to the doors, lined with stone, completes the woodland aesthetic, welcoming anyone into a space that feels both crafted and wild. This project illustrates how outdoor structures can serve as canvases for creativity. It invites a return to craftsmanship, encourages sustainability, and allows a shed to not just store tools, but become a conversation piece born entirely from nature's palette. (13) Woven whimsy woodland wall. Tucked between evergreens and a weathered wooden fence, a woodland alcove transforms into a sculptural sanctuary using only materials foraged from the forest floor. Large, woven circles of vine and branch, each crafted with unique swirling patterns, are arranged across the vertical plane like nature's mandalas. Their radial symmetry and earthy texture create a serene, meditative energy that radiates from the fence like a forest altar. These woven forms, made entirely from flexible twigs, grapevines, or willow branches, celebrate the rhythm and repetition found in nature. Each piece varies in density and style, some tight and geometric, others wild and spontaneous. Mounted directly to the fence or leaning gently at its base, they create an artful composition that feels both organic and deliberate. Beneath this wall of texture, a bed of moss and fallen leaves blankets the ground, with old roots curling forward like reaching fingers. Clusters of white wildflowers emerge through the leaf litter, softening the scene and adding touches of seasonal bloom. It's a tranquil, earthy setting where sculpture and soil live in harmony. Creating this DIY decor requires only time, patience, and a connection with the forest. Gathering fallen vines and branches from walks, soaking them to increase flexibility, and slowly twisting them into form becomes a peaceful, grounding act. There's no glue or paint, just twine, bark, and the wisdom of natural form. The installation changes with the seasons as light, shadow, and foliage shift. It's an evolving gallery that honors imperfection and wilderness. More than just decoration, it invites pause, wonder, and a deeper appreciation for the materials already around us. A fence becomes a frame, not just for art, but for a living story woven straight from the woods. (14) Woven garden sanctuary space. Beneath a canopy of mature trees, a peaceful outdoor lounge blooms with natural beauty and handcrafted decor. The centerpiece is a cozy seating arrangement with wooden furniture, neutral cushions, and a low table adorned with potted plants and a glass teapot, inviting moments of rest and connection. But what truly transforms the space into a creative haven are the suspended elements. An array of DIY art pieces woven from purely natural materials. Hanging between the tree trunks are hand-woven panels made from green plant fibers, framed in rustic wooden rods. These woven screens sway slightly with the breeze, casting dappled shadows that dance across the ground. Alongside them, organic lanterns crafted from jute twine and twigs form cocoons of texture, offering visual warmth and balance. In the center, a wind chime composed of shells and natural string emits a soft, melodic clink that adds a serene auditory layer to the garden experience. The surrounding flower beds are lush with bursts of purple, white, and yellow blooms. Their informal, wild arrangement mirrors the organic lines of the hanging pieces, while rocks and logs scattered throughout maintain a grounded forest feel. Together, these elements create a natural room, framed by trees, scented by flowers, and softened by handmade touches. Everything here is built with intention and sustainability in mind. No plastic, metal, or harsh chemicals. Just vines, hemp, driftwood, and reclaimed branches. This garden art decor doesn't just beautify the space. It enhances a deeper connection with nature and creativity. Such a setting shows how ordinary outdoor areas can be transformed into soulful retreats using only what nature offers. It's a blend of art and ecology, woven, wrapped, and rooted in mindful design. (15) Totem Bench Gathering Circle. In a cheerful clearing surrounded by towering sunflowers, a circle of carved wooden figures creates a welcoming and whimsical space for connection. Each figure is hewn from thick logs, their expressive faces carved with bold lines, smiles, and curious eyes. The totem-style posts double as backrests for the curved benches they support, forming a semicircle of handcrafted seating that invites laughter, stories, and reflection. The scene is entirely built from natural and reclaimed wood. The log seats and bench planks retain their raw textures, with minimal shaping to maintain their organic feel. Carved directly into the timber, each face seems to tell its own story, some joyful, others serene, infusing the area with playful personality and ancestral charm. Beneath the benches, a bed of smooth gravel offers a clean, low-maintenance flooring that contrasts beautifully with the rich wood and lush green surroundings. At the center of the circle, 3 log stools rest on the stones, perfect for casual gathering or peaceful solitude. A smaller totem pole stands at the rear, subtly anchoring the arrangement and extending the narrative of the larger figures. Framing the installation are bright sunflowers in full bloom, their golden faces mirroring the warmth and openness of the carved wood. The whole space feels ceremonial yet relaxed, a place to gather around nature and creativity. This DIY garden decor project is a tribute to handcraft and heritage. Using only logs, chisels, and imagination, it transforms fallen or cut wood into sculptural furniture with soul. It encourages storytelling, celebrates imperfection, and reminds visitors that beauty can grow from what is already present in nature. More than a bench, it is a circle of characters, rooted in the earth and carved from community spirit. 16. Clay Wall Tribal Mural. Bathed in the golden hue of sunset, a hand-sculpted clay wall stands as both boundary and canvas, telling ancient stories through its earthy texture. The surface is adorned with tribal-inspired motifs, carved directly into the dried adobe, a harmonious blend of art and architecture rooted in nature. Each symbol, whether spiral, zigzag, or geometric totem, seems to pulse with meaning, echoing ancestral rhythms and indigenous design. Crafted entirely from natural materials, mud, straw, and water, this wall is a testament to sustainable creativity. The carvings are made while the clay is still malleable, then left to sun-dry and harden over time. As cracks appear naturally, they only deepen the authenticity and connection to the land. The warm terracotta color glows in the daylight, grounding the garden space with a primitive elegance that feels timeless. In front of the wall, hibiscus blooms in vivid red, their petals vivid against the earthen backdrop. Their tropical vibrancy softens the bold lines of the mural, creating a visual dialogue between wild flora and crafted form. The overall effect is a lush, living gallery, where plant life and artistic heritage coexist. This DIY project speaks to the power of minimalism and locality. With little more than earth and imagination, an ordinary garden wall transforms into a powerful expression of identity, culture, and place. It encourages hands-on artistry, slow building, and a connection with traditions that span centuries. Whether replicating indigenous patterns or designing original symbols, the process invites reflection, patience, and reverence for the land. It's not just about decor. It's about building something that breathes with the garden, weathers with the seasons, and honors natural beauty through human touch. Take one last look at the garden around you, not the one you had, but the one you've just helped shape. That carved tree stump isn't just a seat, it's a witness. That wall of feathers and vines? It's a mural made of moments. Each piece you created didn't just decorate, it connected. It reached deep into the soil of your creativity and pulled something ancient and beautiful into the present. Something that speaks without words, stands without nails, and glows without batteries. You didn't just use natural materials, you listened to them. You let bark guide your texture. You let the wind finish your design. You allowed time and weather to become your silent collaborators. And now, your garden is no longer a background. It's a reflection. It moves with you. It remembers you. It forgives your imperfections and celebrates your courage to create with what the world so often overlooks. As petals fall and vines twist, what you've built will change. And that's the point. Nothing here is plastic. Nothing here is forever. Everything here is alive. So the next time you walk through your garden, don't just pass by your art. Feel it. Sit in the circle of carved totems. Smell the clay after it rains. Watch the shadows dance through hand-woven lanterns. Because this is where stories root themselves. Where art isn't hung, it grows. And where your heart, your hands, and the earth meet in harmony. This isn't the end. It's the beginning of many seasons.